10:09 a.m. Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I took a shower. My spine has felt like weird in a different way for a few days. I just feel really sore, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, I keep getting like a weird head rush thing. Maybe it's too much caffeine. Maybe it's too much salt. It's like the middle of my back. It feels like everything's falling apart like really fast, and it doesn't even feel real, and I don't know what to do. Like in one hand it's not falling apart at all, and on the other hand it's all like a matter of like running out of clock or something. And I feel like there's all these arguments that I've been like building up making for like years now that are gonna be like worthless or something. And the point of doing this to me was some kind of cruelty. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's something that has been done to me, and it was wrong. And continues to happen in this fucked up way where they're just gonna pretend like they're not like staging your apartment or like deliberately doing shit. Like, they took over your fucking life. Whoever the fuck they are, right? I mean, it's like designed to make you sound like a 1960s cliche of a crazy person in a tinfoil hat. Beeping sounds. And they think it's like so fucking funny. Yeah, it is really the sensation of you wouldn't come outside to let us fuck with you, like, so we could touch you. You stayed inside your room, so we fucked with you even worse in like a weird ass way. Because you wouldn't let us like fucking do weird shit to you outside. Now we're gonna evict you and make you be outside. Where we're gonna do weird shit to you, probably. Yeah, the more upset you get about it, the more they're gonna fuck with you. You won't fucking play along with some bullshit thing that no one should have to play along with. That's not real life. I thought I would like make up like a fake story of what 2020 to now should have been like if people had been decent and real and cool and what like I wanted them to be instead. Just like, let's pretend that everybody was like super fucking awesome. And what how it could have played out. You know, like literally rewind back to 2020. Did you even lose your job in the first place on February 7th? I mean, yeah, how far back do you want to go? Because, you know, chains of events and everything's like linked together. Let's just say like COVID definitely still happens. The protest still happens. Those are things that like bigger than you worldwide events that should not have been contingent on you specifically in any way. Like they would have happened regardless. But like whether you lost your job, you know, if the guy had just replaced that ceiling tile, probably maybe still just be working there. Maybe it would have been working there this whole time. And they were kind of fucking with me at that job. So that's why I mean, like, that's a little confusing. Is that really a good thing? They were screwing with you there. There was some guy, Asian guy, Pedro name tag. I don't know that that was really, like, I feel like it was fake. I really don't know if it is the same person that tried to contact me on here called Parasocial, and then he had me talk to him on Discord, and it was like he was walking around Texas or something, showed me like a beach, and then at the end of the thing he was like, you know, me and my wife are separated. He said that he was from Washington State, and he looked so fucking familiar. I mean, that's why it's, because he looked so familiar, like the maintenance guy, Pedro. But what and I bothered to say he's Asian because when I say Pedro, I think of a Hispanic guy. Like, I don't know. If I say that name, my first thought is a guy who's gonna be Hispanic or Latinx or something. But he was Asian. Whatever. Yeah, why does it fucking... Because I'm not trying to get trapped by some dude. You don't stalk somebody and make them your girlfriend. I don't give a fuck who you are. Yeah, why did that just piss me off? Because they make these fucking sound effects outside my room on purpose. What, are they trying to call me a fart? You're all disgusting. I mean, for fuck's sake, they all know if they were doing that to me. If they've been fucking stalking me, they know. I'm not trying to be somebody's, like, fucking backup girlfriend for their boring-ass relationship. God damn it. Go to hell, all of you. Well, I was gonna say maybe he was, like, Hawaiian or something. As opposed, like, what did that guy even say that he was? Well, I don't want to be, like, insensitive to differences of, like, not like everyone who's Asian is the same fucking background or something, but there was, like, some connection with the place to, like, Hawaii. I don't know. Someone wrote in, like, another language across the street, whore, at some point. I don't know what the fuck people are doing. And that's why I bother to say, like, well, and other people that have directly, like, been in, like, my face, they're white. I'm just, like, trying to notice, like, what people are. I would have never, like, noticed before. Yeah, maybe they're all fucking part of some, like, Christian death cult, and that's all you really need to know. I don't fucking know. Yeah, just realizing that you don't really know who anybody fucking is just doesn't... whatever. He looked really familiar. I don't know if it's the same fucking guy. I never want to talk to him again. Yeah, so anyway, go back to the fucking building where I was working. It was a brewery. It got bought by Anheuser-Busch, and now it got bought by a cannabis company that also wants to make craft beer, but I guess, yeah, whatever. It'd be a lot cooler if they made, like, cannabis stuff instead. I mean, you can make cannabis-infused alcohol, but I'm not sure what the legal shit is about that. I mean, yeah, and I wouldn't even want that, really, myself. I want, like, quality RSO more than anything. Like, number one priority is RSO. With no added bullshit in it. But anyway, well, and so the point is, like, if you were still at that one job and the guy was not stalking you and there weren't crews of people by the scene, like, they made it seem like they were having people work on stuff there, and they would leave shit like nutshells and screws in little piles. clumps of hair on the sink. Like, weird shit. Yeah, as if to say, like, screw nuts or something. They'd left, like, weird shit in trash cans that had nothing else in them. Wii U, fucking Wii U. Yeah, it was 4 fucking years ago. Everyone's had so much fun at my fucking expense and they all know it. Why don't you just raise your hand and tell the class how you're a piece of shit? Instead of running fucking sirens and sound effects and bullshit across my fucking apartment over and over till I die. Why don't you just tell everybody what a fucking piece of shit you are instead? Stalk the living shit out of me till I was dead. Of course I hate your guts. And I don't even know who the fuck anybody is. It's like hating a fucking shadow puppet. The way the fucking elevator would go out. And I had to drag the goddamn trash bin and vacuum up and down the fucking flights of stairs. That shit was not funny. Yeah, as if somebody's like, oh, your job is so stupid. We'll just, like, fuck with you all night because we're bored. You won't come suck our dick, so we'll just, like, screw with you, you stupid girl. If you were a boy, of course, we wouldn't do this to you. Yeah, I don't want to be a boy just because, so to make you not do shit to me. But, like, I mean, it's so obvious when you put your hands on somebody or you interact with them in a certain way. And, like, you wouldn't do that if I was a guy. Not in a million years. Your whole tone and demeanor would be fucking different. Why don't you just learn how to interact with people? Because the fucking asshole has to feel like they own something. I don't... Fuck this shit. Incel red pill shit. Yeah, what the whole fucking circle crap must be about. A brotherhood of assholes. It was like something they could unite over. It was like fucking with some girl. Yeah, and I was like beyond your fucking gender stereotypes too. So it's weirdly making you like have to be somehow like pressing yourself more into a box that explains that you are a girl but like that does not mean that I am like flowery fucking princess bitch either. Yeah, the princess thing is really like the thing I like reject the most. Whatever the fuck comes with the idea of being some kind of fucking princess. Because you're a girl. So, yeah, I mean, I can't even start the conversation about how 2020 would be different because it starts having this job where they were clearly screwing with me. And whether or not you would have lost it or kept it this whole time really changes, like, everything. I mean, yeah, I don't know if one of the bosses... his name was Mike. He was like a Santa kind of dude, like older, rounder, white-haired guy. I don't know if that was seriously like my driving instructor from MHS. I mean, they looked a lot alike. Yeah, that was the job where at the fucking training thing, they had somebody that looked like Jeff Bezos. I was watching the fucking video. The guy comes up behind me. I looked at him. I didn't really... he looked familiar, but I didn't know how. I didn't follow Elon Musk either. Know nothing about these people other than their, like, characters and the cultural story, you know? And he pointed at redirected my attention to the screen and said, the owners are in the training video. was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And he left. And then I went outside when the video was over. And he tried to give me a hug in front of like a bunch of people. I rejected that politely. You know, I mean, I give you like, the first time you try to touch me, I just say I don't like to be touched. And then I judge you based on how you react to that. If you're like cool about it and totally get it, I don't mind that you like, you know, because you're not going to touch me. You get like one. But if you act like a fucking psycho asshole, like you're mad because I told you not to touch me, that's when I don't like you. And I think that's super fair. And all I remember, there was a black guy standing next to him. And they both looked at me like I had 7 heads. Because at some point in the conversation, I said that stress kills you. And they looked like, I mean, and every time I've thought about it, and I've said it over and over again now, it's like as if they knew 2020 was going to happen. This was August of 2019. And yet they could have hired somebody that looked like Jeff Bezos. They could have gone that far. There's other examples of like genuine like fucking doppelganger shit with other people. I mean, yeah, that's all like really cruel. I don't know what the fuck the point is. I do think it's more than a coincidence. And it could be something as simple like somebody played a big game. Remember on Reddit years ago they were like having people look for their doppelganger even. So somebody just like could have paired everybody off from the fucking internet. That's not really like that big of a leap. Or some, you know, casting Hollywood shit. A lot of stuff happens in Portland that has to do with the movies. I had a friend that was a fucking script supervisor. She put us in a commercial for vitamin water once. I mean, it's not a distant enough thought to like write off. Here's like Hollywood shit. Hollywood magic shit. Oh, you're ruining it for everybody? What, the way my spine is crumbling is ruining it for everybody? The way that you are threatening me with eviction again is ruining it for everybody? I guess I'm supposed to just fucking like die for the movie or something. That's ruining it for everybody. Someone is stomping around above me when they explicitly said that room was empty. I wish I could just fucking ignore this entire, like... I mean, I want to take my trash out, and I don't feel safe walking through the building. I think they're full of crap. Otherwise, I would just take out my garbage. So, like, I'm stuck in a room full of garbage. I have a few days, like, I think till, like, December 4th to fucking take it out. And they want $710 out of my asshole before then. I don't know how seriously they're gonna, like, fucking try to evict me. Just fucking take advantage of you completely and kill you. No, people are not just what you say they are to that degree. Either they're good people or they're fucking evil. You don't just, like, become evil because someone was worried everyone around them is evil. You prove that you're not, like, by not being fucking evil. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, I think threatening somebody with eviction when you know full well shit is weird is evil. Just find somewhere else to be so that we can't remember you. No. How lucky all of you seem to so easily find somewhere else to be. Because you had, like, another home in the first place. Yeah, this whole exercise is, like, not really working the way I even wanted it to. Just getting my brain in some other, like, space of, like, the way it could have happened and would have been so much nicer. It's like it would have been impossible for it to be nicer because you were in a shit situation to begin with. So I don't know, let's just say you lost your job anyway. Like, it worked out exactly the same way. The mold on the ceiling, they didn't take care of it. The job ended on February 7th. I got a unemployment it took a month. And I got unemployment by March. The thing, like, April was like this month that didn't exist. And then May came around. I left the house once with a neighbor. We walked down the waterfront. There were all these, like, unexpected amount of people. It was, like, fucking overwhelming. It was really weird. Somebody from an old building I lived in ran into us and talked for a minute. It was all very weird. And then he went out of his way to show me this, like, fucking weird sculpture that looked like a bunch of shit on fire. Yeah, that guy worked for the same company. I didn't know he did when I started working there, and we never worked together, but he worked for the same fucking cleaning company. Yeah, just remember all sorts of weird shit they said to me. The people that worked there, that guy. That's a whole file folder of shit. Of course they don't want you here if you remember it. Why would you do it to me if you didn't want me to fucking remember it? Yeah, there was a lady boss person who said something specifically about cleaning up mold, and said maybe they would get a crew of people who were insusceptible, or that's not the word she used, but like they could deal with the mold, so they could go around cleaning it up. But it felt like she was talking about something else. And this was in, like, January of 2020. Yeah, and it feels way too much like that Community episode, Intro to Political Science. Somebody keeps trying to call you slow. How are you slow? Yeah, I didn't know everyone was such a fucking asshole. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You're so slow and can't figure out what everybody's fucking doing. What are you doing? I feel my spine, like, breaking while I'm fucking trying to, like, talk. It feels like it's like disintegrating in the middle. Whatever. So yeah, it started in a fucked up position. March, April, May. And then I think it was before George. It either was like the day after he died or it was like the day before he died. I don't know. It was like really close around when he died. I don't know the exact day that because it was like the first time I took like a walk outside in forever. There had been like, I remember us getting alerts to our phones that told us to stay inside. And then for 3 days, the whole place smelled like flowers, like rotten flowers or something. And then they said that someone had died in the building and there was an ozone fan blowing them around, like their juices or some shit, like they had found them after days. I truly think these people were full of crap. I remember, yeah, there was even a text conversation like forever later, and they said they had no record of somebody being taken out of the building who died. I mean, people were just like fucking with me. It does seem really obvious now. But there was something about somebody dying in the building. A lady. Didn't know who. The weird little walk. Shut down communications directly to my phone. And then, like, the last day of May, apparently. I thought it was in June. But, like, the videos have a timestamp on them. It was, like, the last day of May. And for, like, 2 days in a row, somebody was next door playing music so loud. I mean, louder than any of the other music that has ever been played, no matter how loud it was. And it got really loud sometimes. But this was the worst one, was that first thing. And it felt like they had stripped my ear canals. Like someone had put wax on popsicle sticks and shoved them in my ears and pulled out. I didn't have any kind of ear protection. I didn't have any kind of fucking... It was cruel. I couldn't go outside. And then the next couple days was like buses driving in circles around the fucking block. Motorcycles. Like all of these other shit, like all of a sudden, like they were like on a parade. Or that was their idea of protesting or some shit. Like it was just around the street and stuff. They could have been driving through downtown, but like the buses were going around in a fucking, and I remember it was like the 4 and the 44. There might have been another number too, but I remember definitely like the 44 of the bus. And then when the bus would come up Burnside, it was like you could hear it beep, 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 and it would say like to Gresham, which makes no fucking sense. Gresham is the opposite way. Like they were having the fucking thing say a different what it should say. Yeah, as if they were telling you to go to Gresham. If someone keeps, this is our home, is that what you're doing to me again? You mean like this is your torture chamber where you fuck people? Like this is our basement where we kidnap people and kill them? Then I mean fuck you and your home. This must be the basement where you fucking torture people in your fucking home. There was no reason I couldn't just live here too. No reason at all. This is a greedy, stupid fucking asshole shit. Yeah, it did feel like they had the whole city, like, fucking with you. Fucking with me. At least that was the illusion they were able to present. Yeah, someday find out where these, like, 20,000 to 50,000 people fucking went that moved out since 2020. And why they moved out. That would be fucking interesting. I don't know how far back it goes. Like, I can't express it. Like, I got sick since I was in 5th grade. It's like COVID was designed to scare the shit out of me. If I had never had pneumonia, never had bronchitis, wasn't just in the fucking ER in 2018 for something like weird popping in my back, lung cartilage or something. It has a name to it. It starts with a C. I just forget what it is right now. Yeah, people that had never gotten sick and blew off COVID like it was just a weird flu, they were able to leave. I mean, that's really what, like, fucked me, because I couldn't leave because of the fucking virus shit. And then they harassed me while I was inside. And now it's been 4 fucking years. Like anybody really gives a damn. But that's how that worked out. Yeah, when my dad died and I got $100,000, if I wasn't scared to go outside, I probably would have tried to, like, move somewhere else. Why not? Why the fuck torture myself with people that don't like me, clearly? But it is my fucking home, and I can't just go outside. I don't know where the fuck I would go. But yeah, having $100,000 sure feels different if you could have left the fucking building. Yeah, the Everett Street Lofts thing sounds like the most perfect fucking... If you weren't scared of people... They essentially have to, like, enter your home. Because your home is a shop. But, like, the setup is to have, like... You have, like, an art gallery shop thing downstairs. And then your apartment is, like, above it. As far as I understand. I mean, that would have been fucking awesome. Yeah, I just read somewhere somebody was getting charged, like, overcharged to live there specifically. I mean, it's not like... There's no escaping asshole shit in this place. There is no fucking perfect... Apparently. There's somebody behind every other fucking property management company, every other fucking situation that's, like, destroying somebody's life. Because they just thought they could. Yeah, you wouldn't know about it if the news wasn't reporting it, so when they pick and choose who to do a story on, I don't even know. I mean, yeah, if you go back to, was it like 2014? Somebody taking me to see it, The Theory of Everything. Makes me feel like somebody even knew, like, they were going to disable me. That's why they took me to see that movie on my birthday. It wasn't like a nice thing to have done. Well, yeah, and I wouldn't have... It's because he gives his wife away. They have to do, like, a polyamorous thing. Because he, like, can't really be with her anymore at some point. And I know, I'm just, like, watching my body fucking deteriorate. Feeling like somebody's trying to hand me off to, like, a bunch of guys I would never pay attention to. Oh, I will be a bitch, because I'm not, like, fucking a trading card. Fuck ever. Yeah, so anyway, fucking... And then beginning of June... It was, like, my dad's birthday. That's also how I remember it so much. This girl, who I think her name is Ariel, I got a photograph of her. I don't know where it is. And my dad was on the phone with me, and he was like, oh, don't provoke her. She might, like, be crazy. On the phone. I mean, I feel like he was absolutely in on all of this shit that was going on. You shouldn't feel the slightest bit sad that he fucking died. This was, like, how he went out. He hated me. And yeah, she was screaming. I wrote the city about it. There's a big, long fucking email. All the shit she was screaming, all the shit other people were screaming. They had to have known. You're, like, in the fucking middle of fucking town. There's no way they just, like, missed it. I wonder if the guy still lives in the fucking building that was part of the people. Like, I saw him yelling outside. And when I asked management about it, they said he's yelling at homeless people, which makes no fucking sense, because he wrote for Street Roots. They wouldn't be yelling at homeless people. Unless the joke is that you're the one that's homeless. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I would love to know the depth of, like, jealousy and, like, your insides must just be sludge to have looked at me my whole life, that you knew me, and secretly hated my guts. Like you're some kind of, like, vampire person. Because they seemed like they were helpful. They seemed like they cared about human rights. Why the fuck weren't we on the same page? You had some kind of sick prejudice in you to not like me and be waiting for the day when you could, like, ruin everything for me. I didn't get to have a fucking life. Yeah, the idea that in their mind I was some kind of, like, cool girl that needed to be taken down a notch. I grew up at a school where we had to do chores all day long. I've been scrubbing toilets since I was 10. There was no sense of being cool. We wore school clothes. I got some dresses from Ross, and I felt good about myself for 5 fucking seconds, and some lame-ass bitch is gonna, like, destroy my whole world because of it. It's like my sister. Like, weirdly jealous of you. Because she needs to just, like, feel something. It makes no sense. That's what spoiled is. Rotten to the fucking core. I'm sitting there giving a fuck about human rights, and you're just planning for me to die. Yeah, fucking vampire people. Yeah, I'm remembering the way the lady, her eyes, her pupils would be like pinpricks. And you know, it's like your eyes dilate when you see something you like, and they get really, like, little when you see something you hate. And she looked at me with, like, eyes with, like, hate. It stopped working here even in 2020, like, left. Said she went to Rhode Island or something. Yeah, weird how the property management company people, like, they've had a different email ever since. I just, like, picked up on that recently. I don't even know that they had a fucking contact for that part. It's like 2 companies running the building. I don't know how much it's, like, genuine. They abandoned this place, dude. Whoever the fuck Sarah is isn't even real or something. Like, seriously. Something's just a big bullshit lie. I have no way to fucking figure it out by myself. I can try to ignore them until they make a cop come here and try to rip me out of my apartment. And then they're gonna steal all my stuff. Play along and get them $700 somehow. You have like a week. Good luck. I would really prefer if everybody that fucked with me got fucked instead of me having to try hard to do anything ever again. How about they all just get fucked? They're so scared of getting fucked. Why don't they just get fucked anyway? It feels like my spinal cord is like crumbling. Yeah, they should have cared. I don't know, instead of like making fun of me. I would have never done this to them. There's no sense of like, well, if the shoe was on the other foot. No, there wouldn't. I wouldn't have worn those shoes. Yeah, go back again. So 2020, April, May, June, July, August, September. I don't know if it was September to November. It's either like September or November. I must have left the house like 5 times to go to the grocery store. And then the very last time, and that was the only reason I left. And the very last time, some guy popped out of nowhere and was, and I mean, I went through periods of starvation. Like, it was really bad. Yeah, if I remember right, that's like I had rice and beans, and I must have ate that for like. I went to the pantry at the start of the shutdown. That was the guy who said some shit about aliens, and if you and your 4 friends saw an alien take your friend's head off, you'd kill him too. Just like random violent thing to say. And then I got sick on the max coming back to my apartment. Like I scratched my face and I felt instantly sick and I had to sit down and I couldn't move for 30 minutes. That was at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I was eating whatever that was until it like ran out and I was starving. And then I think I must have gotten food stamps or something to get groceries. And some guy popped out of nowhere and was just spitting. I remember he had like a big poof of hair. I thought it might be the same guy. One night I was getting on the train to go home and I got on the wrong platform, and he had on a Metallica shirt, and he said something like, "I like your singing. Maybe I'll see you at karaoke sometime." Like super creepy. How would you know I even sing? I think it was the same because he had like a very specific like hair, like gray poofy. And yeah, he was spitting all the way to the grocery store, and then he was inside with a face mask on. And that was the last time I left the house, the building, in 2020. Like, that's the last time I left at all. The sky turned orange, there were wildfires, the protests stopped. It had been chaos, but I think somebody was fucking around specifically here, which I like have to say over and over again. I don't think it had anything to do with the fucking protests. And then, yeah, 2021, the protests stopped, but then they had shit like, I don't know if that was 21 or 22. It's just like a blur of noise. And remember, like, people spending a week doing 4th of July stuff, and which like was bothersome because like they had used fireworks against people. And it's different when you go to a show with expectation. It like does something different to your body when it just pops off out of nowhere, like from places it shouldn't be happening from. It causes a different feeling. Yeah, especially when it's not even the 4th of July. And they were doing that shit from like 2021 until 2022, and my dad died in July. And I just remember like the area felt like it was weirdly quiet after I found out my dad died. I got an inheritance in September, was able to pay my rent, bought all this stuff thinking I was gonna like make something of myself as like an online person, since I couldn't leave my apartment. Maybe I would leave it. Maybe they would say COVID was bullshit. Maybe like something would change. It never did. And then the money ran out. My cat died in March. I had donated like $10,000 to charity. I had to ask for it back. I didn't get even like a quarter of it back. But it was enough to like, on the refunds, to keep being alive for a while. And then they pulled this stuff where I thought they had covered my rent with some kind of assistance program. They weren't giving me notices. Yeah, like they weren't trying to evict me before. Yeah, just in time for the holidays. Oh, and then, yeah, in January, the neighbor followed me out of my unit, and I haven't left the unit itself now for a fucking year. It is kind of a matter of, like, also, no one gives a fuck about you. I mean, somebody did push me into a wall. That was in 2020 or 2021, downstairs, and said, no one's coming to save you. Some random guy. But it's just like this build of like how much no one gives a fuck. Like you could see, they could just kill you and you don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. It is like somebody wanted a reason to throw you away because they didn't have one. So they had to like fuck with your whole life and make it look like you can't do anything now. To have a reason to just like give up on you. People really are assholes. And they really should hate themselves if they deliberately fucked with me. Just fucking hate yourself. Don't say anything else to me. Don't do anything else to me. Just fucking hate yourself. And leave me alone. I don't know what to do to make my back stronger. I don't know what to do to keep myself from getting sick. I don't know what to do to get them $710 by the 28th. Or to stick up for myself when clearly, like, these people, like, fucking tortured you. All of these people fucking work together to fucking torture you. Now you're just a little doll in their fucking dollhouse. Yeah, if this is their house as a metaphor, then they're keeping you locked up in their fucking basement. Like a total creep. Trying to have you play out some fucking story. I'm trying to find out what reality is, not whatever would, like, sound better or be more interesting. It's like, what is it? Put the cards on the table. What does it really look like? Regardless of what you want or don't want. It's not about just shifting everything around to make it more convenient. It feels like people knew the whole time what they were gonna fucking do to me. Like, for, like, years and years. I don't know what else to say besides that. I don't know what to do. They're just getting off on feeling like they controlled somebody's fucking life. Did you ever have a life of your own? You spent your whole fucking life being a bastard to somebody? Oh my God, go to hell. It's like, yeah, our family got us into this when we were kids. We take over the world and we screw with everybody in ways they never see it coming. It's so funny. We're the little shadow behind the door that just pops out and goes, boo. And when we do that, we feel like we're powerful. Because, like, you didn't know we would do that. Isn't it cool of us? Aren't we just so fucking cool? Would rather be the bully than the bullied. Some crap. Yeah, bully. It is bully logic. Like, just fucking overgrown children shit. Well, what do you think we would do instead? Just, like, not fuck with anybody and make art or something? I don't even know how to do that. My life is incomplete if I don't have someone to fucking kick around. How am I supposed to measure my own worth? Unless I have somebody to laugh at when they fall down because I tripped them. Yeah, now I get to be the bully in high school that was a bitch to me. I get to be that person. Aren't I fucking wonderful? Doesn't the world just need more of me? You know, pretending to be them. Because I don't want to ever be this person. I really, sincerely had better things to do with my fucking life. I had a brain that I could use. I had more interesting things to talk about. I had stuff I wanted to learn. Yeah, there were, like, things that everyone would have benefited from. You know, housing and healthcare, human rights stuff. Everybody should have benefited from. Even the assholes. Too busy fucking being assholes. Yeah, like occupying your fucking house and eating popcorn watching you die. I hope they, like, have been waiting for something that's never gonna happen. Like, they thought they were gonna get money out of this. And as soon as I'm dead, they all get fucked. That's a way more appropriate fucking sense of justice than, like, whatever, splitting the difference and getting away with it. Yeah, what I used the illustration already. It's like somebody deliberately hit you with their car, and then they regretted it. So they tried to, like, pick you up and brush you off and, like, look, they're fine, you're not fine, you're, like, dying. And now, like, they don't know what to do. Quick, try to make it seem like it was her fault. And they know they deliberately hit you, and they know it is their fault, and they know that they're the fucking asshole. But they have to, like, commit to the bit, because they don't know what to do. Like, as if I know what to do. Fucking dying. God, fuck yourselves. Yeah, like, I see that you're, like, flattened down the street, but, like, could you help save us after we hurt you? It would really help us out if you could just, like, not be done. Yeah, fuck yourself! Thanks for the PTSD, you fucking piece of shit! I hope your life is fucking miserable! Stalker freak! Fuck your cult! I fucking hate them. I want them to be screwed. I want the rest of their life to be as miserable as they deliberately made my life. I want their fucking spine to crumble, just like they're making my spine crumble. They can't bang on anything ever again. Fucking piece of psycho shit. Like, how much more could the world literally not need you? The whole world would have been better off. We get paid all day long to stand outside our fucking apartment and be assholes. You could get hit by a fucking meteor. Yeah, I wonder who this one fucking viewer is, right? That never says anything. I put in all sorts of protections now. You have to have, like, a verified email address or whatever to even try to talk to me. So they can definitely find out who this person is. Because you shouldn't be able to hear me in my room. Why won't you just let us rape you? Because you're disgusting and I fucking hate your guts. I don't want you anywhere fucking near me. I mean, seriously, if the only goal here was to give you worse PTSD than you had in the fucking first place, dude. Fucking psychopaths. Yeah, and then they're gonna say you're not being harassed. Might as well be screaming that they're in on it. Well, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what, there's no, like, guidebook of, like, what to do in this fucking situation. And I've had to repeat myself over and over and over again until it's just, like, fucking exhausting. Just to have people, like, not really listen to me. Yeah, they want to have you fight over some bullshit your whole life. While other people, because they had a family and they go to Disney World, they get to have some nice fucking existence. God, fuck off. It's 11:12 in the fucking morning.